I recently downloaded and installed DCS World. DCS stands for Digital Combat Simulator. This is a combat flight simulator and you can only fly military aircrafts. And every aircraft is represented with every detail and in the most realistic way. The simulation is taken seriously, so you have the option to start the engines from cold and dark and do almost everything you want. Because every airplane has a different cockpit and different characteristics, you will find yourself watching the tutorials and training sessions to learn how to start the engines or anything in particular. This is not like other games, for example Ace Combat. This is more a simulator. There is a difference. Ace Combat is made to have fun with it. You don't need to know about avionics, procedures, and blah blah blah. In DCS you have to learn a little bit of it. Also, I think in Ace Combat you have pretty much an unlimited amount of weapons, whereas in DCS World you have a realistic amount of weapons. In DCS World you have to take into account many factors, just like in real life. After all, the idea behind this simulator is to simulate the real thing. What I love about DCS World, apart from its graphics, is that it's free. You can download it and install it for free, and it will come with two aircraft, the Su-25T and a TF-51D Mustang. But this simulator can be expanded with the use of modules, which can be aircraft, maps, missions, and add-ons. Now, depending on the detail of the aircraft, some of them can be very expensive, like this F-16, because all the buttons, knobs and everything in the cockpit is clickable, so you can do whatever you want just like in real life with a real F-16. Every aircraft comes with manuals, missions and training sessions to familiarize and understand all the systems of the aircraft. Behind every aircraft there is a ton of research and development to make it behave the same way as the real thing will do. Some of these aircraft are developed by the same creators of DCS World, Eagle Dynamics, but some others are developed by third-party companies. I recently bought the Su-27 because it's one of the cheapest ones. And it's really fun, of course, after spending a lot of time understanding and learning a lot about it. There is even a PDF manual where you can find all the information you need about this aircraft, detailing every aspect of the systems so you can understand everything. I don't know if fun is the word I would use to describe this simulator. I imagine some people will find it very realistic and they won't be able to even start the engines, so it will be very frustrating. But for people who are familiar with flying, this is a great deal of fun. Especially because you feel like you are flying real machines that are worth millions of dollars and they're not accessible to the public or civil aviation. So if you have been flying in Ace Combat, Call of Duty or games like that, this is totally different. Also, if you have some experience flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's great, but you will also need to learn a lot of the weaponry systems and radars and stuff like that. That will take some time, but it's very rewarding when you take out some of the enemies. For every action you make, you have to follow some procedures. Also, every weapon is different and is made for different tasks. So you have to understand the difference between the type of missiles, bombs, etc. And of course, there is much more that we can't cover in this video, but I will show you a little bit of a gameplay in a second. Now, the Su-27 that I bought is a cheap airplane because all the knobs and buttons in the cockpit are not clickable. So you have to use the keyboard and learn a lot of key combinations. Don't worry because you can set up your own combinations, but there are a lot of them. For example, the TF-51 that it's included in this simulator has a clickable cockpit, so you can do the whole procedure of the engine startup and whatever you want in the three-dimensional cockpit, or you can use the key combinations. Weapons, ammo, fuel and every kind of resources are not infinite, so you have to go back to the base if you want to refuel and reload some guns. This simulator is very realistic in several ways, from the look of the airplane outside and inside, to the physics involved that change according to the temperature outside, the weight of the airplane, and many other factors. The G-forces are very important as well, because since jets are very fast and are very maneuverable, they produce high G-forces, but to simulate that at home is quite complicated. So we get a simple black or red screen when we pull high Gs, and that's all. Just like in any other simulator. We can also hear the breathing of the pilot with a technique that jet pilots do when they are in high G forces. As I said, you can do almost everything in this simulator, even eject from the airplane when things are getting a little bit nasty. And after falling with your parachute slowly, you can walk around the terrain. Something totally useless, but very realistic. Being a free simulator is very good, graphics-wise and simulation-wise. Of course, if you want more fun, you have to buy the modules, but that's up to you. This simulator is of a great standard, even the sound is very realistic. But what about the controls? Well, you can use any controller or joystick you want and assign any axes, buttons, switches to any function of the simulator. Of course, you can use the keyboard, but that's not realistic and it's very uncomfortable. I'm using my radar control that I use for my RC airplanes, and it can be connected to the PC and be used as a joystick, so it's very good. But to simulate better and feel more comfortable, I will buy soon a joystick. Any cheap joystick should work, but I'm thinking also to make my own joystick using Arduino. If you want me to make a joystick and more controls for this simulator and any other simulator using Arduino, just let me know in the comments below. DCS is also compatible with VR sets, so it would be a huge, amazing experience, because not only you see everything when you move your head, you can also see everything in 3D, so everything has some depth and it will feel more real. But these systems are a little bit expensive, so for some people that doesn't have the budget to buy this kind of system, you can also buy the IR tracker, which is a tracking set that you put on your head, and you have a camera that will track your movements of your head, and the movements will be reflected in your simulator. This system is more affordable and comfortable to wear. You also need a decent PC to run this simulator. The minimum specs will be similar to any other game, so just check it out in the official website. I will leave the link in the description below. By the way, no one is paying me to make this review, I'm just giving my own opinions about this simulator. Perhaps some people don't like the fighter jets for several reasons, or because they're very violent, but anyways, I'm just waiting for the new release of the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and until then, I'm gonna keep flying these fighter jets. Now I'm gonna leave you with a short gameplay. Okay guys, here we are. I'm gonna just give you a quick overview. We have to fight against some guys and take down a bomber. Here it is. So we have two of them. It's supposed to be tracking now. Yes! It's not done yet, we have another guy around following us. I've got you. There we have it. So we got two down. Now we have to go and find the bomber. But wait, we have here another airplane, so that's not my target. My target is that we just passed, so I'm gonna cancel that. So there we have it. Let's activate the radar again. Good. Now let's put this. There we have it. This line means that we have our target there. So let's follow it. There we go, tracking it. Activate my gun. So now let's get really close. Although I could activate one of the missiles and it will take it down, but that's too easy. So now we have it here. There we go. Now we have that launch authorization and also that cross with a small circle. So we have to position it in the other circle, and that's where our bullets are going to go. All right, so there we go. Hit. So we got one hit. Let me brake a little bit, getting too close. I don't want debris flying towards me. Okay, so we try again. There we go. There it goes. Boom. If you'd like me to do more videos like this, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.